What's up, everybody? I'm John Middlekauff. You know what I need you to do. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We got content for days reacting to every NFL game all the time, every single day. Subscribe, like the videos. Let's go. I saw a comment probably within the last week, and it was like a clip that came up on, I think, my Instagram feed of Sean McVay calling Jimmy Garoppolo the best backup quarterback in the NFL. And I'll be honest, I didn't think anything of it. I was like, shit, it's coaches like gassing up their own guy. He likes Jimmy. Jimmy's been with the team now a couple years. Jimmy's been a guy who's had a lot of success against him. Likable guy. Players, teammates, people have always really liked Jimmy. Now, is he the best backup quarterback in the league? I think if we went around the league, it's a pretty low bar. But yeah, in terms of resume, probably one of the better ones. I think looking back, why he said that is because he knows there's a decent chance he's going to have to play some games this year with Jimmy Garoppolo. And I didn't realize that when he said that, because a couple days ago, Sean McVay has to come back to the podium and say, listen, guys, I said that Matt Stafford was going to be back sooner than later, probably this week. I was wrong. We're taking him now, week to week. Like, obviously, day-to-day could be 2 weeks. Day-to-day could be a month. But day-to-day sounds a lot better than week-to-week because you're 3 weeks away from being out the entire month. So when I see Matt Stafford, who played in the league forever, one of the toughest dudes in the entire league, in terms of, like, is it make or break July 28th, Matt Stafford practicing? Of course not. I think the scary thing with this is when there are injuries like soreness. When I see that, regardless of what area is sore, I go, that can be something that just doesn't go away. And then I see back soreness. I like the Rams, and I think they're going to be pretty damn good this year. But I'll promise you this. If Matt Stafford at any point has to miss significant time, I'm out on them. That team that went toe-to-toe with the Eagles, a big reason why, Matt freaking Stafford. I promise you, at this point in time in his career, at 33 years old, it will not be Jimmy Garoppolo. I think there are some similarities with Jimmy Garoppolo as there was with Derek Carr. You have a couple major injuries, which Jimmy has had, and you're never quite the same. Because that comfortability in the pocket, and I would say Jimmy was never the most comfortable individual in the pocket, completely goes away. And you can get a little, what they would say in, NFL front offices or NFL coaching staffs, a little gun shy. And again, I understand why Sean McVay is hyping this guy up, because there's a decent chance he might need him at some point this year. But I know this, if any of this back stuff creeps into the season at any point and Matt Stafford had to miss significant time, even with an easier schedule, I do not like the Rams. Rashawn Slater, the star tackle for the Chargers, gets an enormous extension. These tackles, these pass rushers aren't quite quarterbacks, but you're getting guys that are encroaching on 100 plus. I mean, some of these pass rushers have flown by $100+ million. I think we will see pretty quickly a offensive tackle get $100+ million in guarantees. And, this is a good example. Jim Harbaugh did not draft this player. Jim Harbaugh did not pick this player. But Jim Harbaugh values offensive line as much, if not more, than any coach in the NFL. He gave his reasoning last year when they drafted Joe Alt. And they said, why didn't you pick a wide receiver? He said, because I believe offensive linemen are weapons. And they are the tip of the spear. And the spear in this offense and in Jim Harbaugh's offense that has always been predicated on the run starts with the line of scrimmage. So they pay their guy. They got Alt. They're probably going to have one of, if not the best tackle combination in the league. And listen, I think a lot of people are high on the Chargers, rightfully so. Cortland Sutton. Speaking about guys, again, when you're a new coach, Aaron Glenn, Liam Cohen, Schottenheimer doesn't really count because Jerry does whatever he wants. But you can go around the league, get these new guys. A good coach gives everyone a fresh start, but is open-minded to anything. I'll keep this guy if it's worth it, or I'll get rid of this guy if it's not, regardless how good you are, how many Pro Bowls you made, or how many Pro Bowls you've never sniffed. And I think Sean Payton went into this like, hey, we're open-minded here. Russell Wilson, I'm going to give you opportunity. Couldn't get rid of that guy fast enough. Cortland Sutton, you thought, is this guy long for the Denver Broncos? And then they get a quarterback. He gets 81 catches. He has 8 touchdowns. He has over 1,000 yards receiving. Boom, gets a big extension. And when you're an offensive weapon, tight end, running back, wide receiver, and your head coach is the play caller, and you have a young quarterback that clearly likes you and relies on you, you're going to have some job security. Just like Slater. What does he do? He blocks the blind side of a $200 million quarterback. What does Sutton do? Is a safety valve for what I think Sean Payton hopes becomes the franchise. So we see guys like Christian Wilkins. I don't care how much we gave you, get out of here. And then we see other guys. We want you to be a part of this as we move forward. So a lot of action so far in terms of money changing hands or maybe not changing hands in the AFC West. Pro golfers drive for show and putt for some dough. And the easiest way to make you some dough, betting on this week's tournament at DraftKings Sportsbook. From the opening round, Championship Sunday, DraftKings Sportsbook has you covered with live betting, player props, and so much more. If you've never bet on golfers before, it's easy. You can take them to win, you can take them to top 10, you can take them to top 20. Some guys this week I like. We're making the push toward the FedEx playoffs. Ricky Fowler has been playing good golf. Hammer him to top 20. Max Homa, another guy who is trending, top 20. Matt Fitzpatrick, also playing really well. If you want to get a little more aggressive, top 10. Jake Knapp as well. Just had a good week at the 3M. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use the code JOHN. That's code JOHN for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Baker Mayfield. When you're a quarterback, hell, when you're a star player in the NFL, at a position player, and obviously the quarterback, you are in business with the team. You should view it as a partnership, not like LeBron did forever. Patrick Mahomes does not approach his relationship with Brett Veach, the Hunt family, and Andy Reid like some of these NBA star players. Becomes very adversarial, right? I'm in charge, you're not, you listen to me, which would be easy for them to do because the Chiefs could not operate without him, and they know that. But when you show we will do whatever it takes, we got your back, we are we want to be in the Patrick Mahomes business, and being in the business with a star quarterback like Lamar, like Josh Allen, like Joe Burrow, means helping you out in every way possible. And Baker Mayfield had some comments to Pete Prisco of CBS about his situation. He's obviously relative to a guy throwing 40-plus touchdowns, not making that much money. He signed a 3-year, $100 million contract. And he mentioned that his contract was changed to where he got a bunch of guaranteed money in 2026. And even though that guaranteed money still means he's an underpaid quarterback relative to guys at his position who he's much better than, he wants to be in business with Tampa. He wants to play there. And I think it's easy for a guy, just like any human being, when you've seen some shit, through experience, through adversity, and through struggles, helps you realize, I got it pretty good now. I don't want to ever risk going back to what happened. Look at Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is like, I got to get the most money humanly possible every fucking time. Okay, Kirk, welcome to the Atlanta Falcons. Godspeed, homie. How'd that go? And I think Baker, and obviously Kirk, I'm not saying he's not responsible for poor play, but as he said the other day, if I would have known, I would have stayed with the Minnesota Vikings, even if it would have been for less money. It's easy to say now, but you've never thought that way, and you've never operated that way. And when you have a bunch of money, and Baker does at this point in time, and if he keeps playing well, he's going to have a bunch more. You can't always make your decisions based on who's going to pay me the most. Because sometimes that decision leads to problems in the NFL, leads to not playing well, leads to losing. And I think Baker Mayfield at this point in time in his career has a pretty good understanding of like Jason Light building this team, the infrastructure we have, the type of guys we have on this team, kind of know what we're doing around here. They obviously like me. I like being here. And even if in a year they may not offer me $200 million and that number is $175 million, this is where I want to be. Because unlike most positions, even the guaranteed money for a quarterback, Tua Tagovailoa is a good example, right? He got this huge contract, well over $200 million. But his guaranteed number, I think, was like 150 or 160. If Tua just plays, Tua's going to see every penny of his contract. I saw it with Jimmy Garoppolo when he signed up for $125 million. Like 70 of it was guaranteed. Guess what? He saw every penny. Because all these other positions, they try to get rid of you quickly as possible. At quarterback, if you are just pretty solid, you typically stay.